Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and welcome to my brand new video. In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 UFO stories. Official government UFO studies began in the late 1940s with Project Sign, providing some of the most credible videos and aerial phenomena to date. Within a few years, that program eventually evolved into the Project Blue Book, which actively investigated UFO sightings stories throughout much of the Cold War. In 2017, the US government was actively researching UFOs, and in today's video, we are discussing top 10 UFO stories. This video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick out to the end. Coming in at number 10, we've got Pittsburgh UFO Incident. On December the 9th, 1965, a bright light flashed across the sky over Canada and over the northeastern United States, which was seen by over thousands of eyewitnesses. In Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, two brothers, Rob and Ray Landy, were riding their bicycles when they saw the object fly over them and then it crashed into a ravine. After the object crashed, Rob listened to an emergency broadcast on the radio and a call in to say that the object had appeared to have been part of an aeroplane. Search teams were called in to locate the actual crash site, and volunteer fireman Jim Mays noticed several blue flashing lights coming from the area. Then, military arrived just at the crash site. At the time, Jim saw a covered object that he believes was a UFO that fell from the sky, but no one knows where the object went afterwards. Stan Gordon, a UFO researcher, believes that the object was either a space probe from another country that was highly technical for 1965, or that it was a UFO from outer space. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Phoenix Lights. The Phoenix Lights captured the world's attention 23 years ago on March the 13th, 1977. One man told CBS 5 News that he was working on his roof air conditioner around 8 PM when he saw it that day. There are only 4 known videos that capture what happened in the sky over the Phoenix area. The US military maintains those lights were part of a training session involving flares being dropped over the Barry M. Goldwater Range near Arizona. Witnesses like Sue Watson and her family live in East Phoenix. She said that night they all watched an enormous black aircraft cruise. It was like a shopping mall flying over my home, she said of the craft, described by multiple witnesses as being over a mile wide. Coming in at number 8, we've got the Baltic Sea Anomaly. On June the 19th, 2011, a Swedish-based diving team named Ocean X made a bizarre discovery in the Baltic Sea. Ocean X used sonar equipment to identify a very unusual 197-foot object. The team captured a sonar image of the object and released it to the press. Ocean X was a founder of Peter Lindsberg responded by saying, "We first thought this was only stone, but this is something else." In 2012, Ocean X returned to the site of the anomaly with a collection of 3D seabed scanners, and after researching the site, the team reported that all electronic equipment, including a satellite phone, would not work within 200 meters of the site. In 2012, a series of articles were published that claimed the object was a pile of rock. The story has been blurred, but many scientists have labeled the object a cluster of rocks. The location of the Baltic Sea Anomaly is a secret. Coming in at number 7, we've got the light above New Jersey Turnpike. It takes a lot of motorists to stop alongside a highway to look towards the sky, but on July the 14th, 2001, divers on the New Jersey Turnpike did just that. For around 15 minutes just after midnight to be precise, they marveled at the sight of a strange orange and yellow light in a V formation over the Arthur Kill waterway between Staten Island. Air traffic controllers initially denied any airplanes, military jets or space flights could have caused the mysterious lights, but a group known as the New York Strange Phenomena Investigators claimed to receive FAA radar data that corroborated the UFO sightings from that night. Coming in at number 6, we have the Battle of Los Angeles. The Battle of Los Angeles, also known as the Great Los Angeles Air Raid, is the name given by contemporary sources to a rumored attack on the mainland United States by Japan and the subsequent anti-aircraft artillery barrage which took place from late 24th of February to early 25th of February over Los Angeles, California. The incident occurred 3 months after the US entered World War II in response to the Imperial Japanese Navy surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, and 1 day after the bombardment of Ellerwood near Santa Barbara on 23rd of February. A photo published in the Los Angeles Times on 26th of Feb 1942 has featured in the UFO conspiracy theories as evidence of an extraterrestrial visitation. They assert that the photo clearly shows searchlights focused on an alien spaceship. However, the photo was heavily modified by a photo retouching prior to publication and a routine practice in graphic art at the same time intended to improve contrast in black and white photos. On November the 14th, 2004, the USS Princeton, part of the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group, noted an unknown aircraft on radar 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. For 2 weeks, the crew had been tracking objects that appeared to be at 80,000 feet and then plummeted to hover right above the Pacific Ocean. When 2 FA-18F fighter jets from the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz arrived in the area, they first saw what appeared to be churning water with the shadow of an oval shape underneath the surface. Then, in a few moments, a white tic-tac object appeared above the water. It had no visible markings to indicate an engine, wings or windows, and the infrared monitors didn't reveal any exhaust. It moved 3 times the speed of sound and more than twice the speed of fighter jets. Coming in at number 4, we've got OHare International Airport saucer. Flight 446 was getting ready to fly to North Carolina from Chicago O'Hare's International Airport when a United Airlines employee on the tarmac noticed a grey, metallic hovering craft over gate C-17. That day, November 7th, 2006, a total of 12 United employees and a few witnesses outside the airport spotted the saucer-shaped craft around 4:15 p.m. The witnesses say it hovered for about 5 minutes before shooting upwards, where it broke a hole in the clouds enough that pilots and mechanics could see blue sky. The news report became the most read story on the Chicago Tribune's website that day and made international news. However, because the UFC was not seen on radar, the FAA called it a weather phenomenon and declined to investigate. Coming in at number 3, we've got the Stephenville Sightings. The small town of Stephenville, Texas, 100 miles southwest of Dallas, is mostly known for its dairy farms, but in the evening of January 8th, 2008, dozens of its residents viewed something unique in the sky. Citizens reported seeing white lights above the Highway 67, first in a single horizontal arc and then vertical parallel lines. Local pilot Steve Allen estimated that the strobe lights spanned about a mile long and half a mile wide, travelling about 3,000 miles per hour. No sound was reported. Witnesses believe that the event was reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights sightings of 1997, while the US Air Force revealed that weeks later the F-16s were flying in the Brownwood military operating areas. Many townspeople didn't buy that explanation, believing that what they saw was too technology advanced for current human abilities. Coming in at number 2, we've got the East Coast Go Fast video. When news leaked about the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, a video emerged that revealed an encounter between an FA-18 Super Hornet and an unidentified aerial phenomena. Seen along the east coast of a Raytheon Advanced Targeting Forward-looking infrared pod, the craft was similar to that spotted of San Diego in 2004. A fast-moving white oval about 45 feet long without wings or an exhaust. The pilots tracked the object at 25,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean as it flew away and simultaneously rotated on its axis. No explanation ever emerged. Coming in at number 1, we have America caught flying saucer fever. In Washington, D.C., sightings of July 1952, also known as the Big Flap, hold a special place in the history of unidentified flying objects. It all started in 1947 when a search of a rescued pilot named Kenneth Arnold reported 9 saucer flying like geese in a diagonal chain-like line exceeding 1,000 miles an hour near Mount Rainier in Washington State. By 1952, the UFO investigation unit was called Project Blue Book, led by Captain Edward Ruppelt at the White-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. According to the Washington Post, the number of UFO sightings reported to the Air Force jumped more than 6-fold, from 23 in March 1952 to 148 in June. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates and notifications. And stay safe. I'll be back with another video very soon.